Hi, my name is Easton Lewis, and today I'll be going over Chapter 14, which is the intellectual property. At the beginning of this chapter, it describes what intellectual property is, and it describes it as the law's protected property that is primarily the result of mental creativity rather than physical effort. It can be categorized as trademarks, patents, or trade secrets. A trademark is a distinctive mark, word, design, picture, or arrangement used by the producer, and enables consumers to identify the product with the producer. With trademarks, they must be registered with the U.S. Patent Office. This enables owner recovery damage from an infringer using the trademark to sell its own goods. The owner of an unregistered trademark may only prohibit the infringer for using the mark. To register a trademark, one must submit a drawing of the mark, indicate when it was first used in interstate commerce and how it was used. Next, the chapter describes trade dress, and this is the overall appearance and image of a product that has acquired secondary meaning. It is entitled to the same protection as a trademark, and to succeed to offer a claim of infringement, one must prove that the trade dress is primarily non-fictional. A trade dress is inherently distinctive or has acquired a secondary meaning, and has alleged infringement creates a likelihood of confusion. And then the chapter goes on with patent, and this grants the holder the executive right to produce, sell, and use a product, process, invention, machine, or a sexually reproduced plant for 20 years. The criteria for the object must be a novel, useful, or non-obvious. It must be licensed in exchange for the payment of royalties. Royalties is the sum of money paid for each use of the patent process, and it must be restricted place on entities holding patents. Patent holders may not use the patent for an illegal purpose. Obtaining a patent it requires applicant contacts an attorney licensed to practice in a patent office. The attorney does a patent search to ensure no other similar patent exists. Patent applications if filed with the patent office. And patents is used if all criteria are met. If an infringer proves that the patent office should not have issued the patent in the first place, the holder loses the patent. Next, the chapter goes on to trade secret, and this is a process, product, method of operation, or completion of information used in business unknown to the public. It gives the business a competitive advantage and protected by common law for unlawful appropriation. The condition must be kept secret and must compromise elements not known generally in the trade. And then next, going along with the trade secrets, the plaintiff in a trade secret infringement case must prove that a trade secretly actually existed. The defendants acquired the trade secret through unfull law meanings, and the defendant used the trade secret without the plaintiff's permission. Next is copyrights. This is exclusive legal right to reproduce, publish, and sell the fixed form of an expression of an original creative idea. A copyrighted idea reproduced with the appropriate notice of fixed age is protected for the life of the creator plus 70 years, 95 years after the date of publication, or 120 years after creation in the case of the publisher. The criteria for a copyright is fixed form, original, and creative. Registration of a copyright requires filling out a form of the registration of copyright, providing 2 copies of copyrighted material to the Library of Congress, and whenever a registered work is reproduced, it should be accompanied by the appropriate notice of copyright. And then next is the fair use doctrine, and this provides that a portion of copyrighted work may be reproduced for purposes of criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. The courts decide on violations by considering the purpose of the use, the amount of the work that was used, the impact on the commercial value, and the copyrighted work. And the next is the file sharing network and technologies. This is peer-to-peer networking. Personal computers are connected to a network hosted online, and files are shared between them without having the host on the website. It enables the transfer of copyrighted material without any permission from the copyright holder. And then lastly is the global dimensions of intellectual property law. And this is international protection for intellectual property is offered through multilateral conversations and treaties. The trade-related aspects of international property rights, which is known as TRIPS, administrations to the World Trade Center, and ensures equal protection through its national treatment policy and most favored nation policy. It also expands the copyright protection to include computer programs and rental rights, defines trademarks and protects trademarks for both goods and services, protects industrial designs for at least 10 years, protects patents for at least 20 years, and allows government to curb anti-competitive licensing contracts under certain circumstances. And it lastly provides standards for intellectual property laws and punishment. So that's all I have for chapter 14. I thought this chapter was interesting for many reasons, and how companies are able and patent and trademark to work. So I'll see you with chapter 15. Thank you.